Is it a red flag if a woman sleeps with you too early?
I can appreciate at any age, obviously, anyone, male or female, that takes care of themselves.
Another red flag would be someone who drinks too much. I have dated someone who did not know what Star Wars was, and it was a very...
What is Star Wars, Daddy?
1, 2, 3, yeah!
I'm Allan.
And I'm Bobby.
And you're watching Call Us Daddy. So let's just get it. I think now we kind of establish our age.
Yeah.
So we're looking at, what it's like to date past the age of 40.
Ooh.
I don't know how much experience you've had in that.
I don't have any experience of that one, because the last person I dated was when I was 36, 37, and I'm still with that person today. So I haven't been into the dating game 40 and beyond that. But what about you?
I think for me, I never anticipated myself dating after the age of 40. But of course, things didn't work out with me and my ex-wife. And so you're kind of like thrusted into this whole new world.
How was that dating scene as you're getting, because that happened in your 40s, right?
Yeah, I think I was probably 41, 42.
Yeah, 41, 42.
Right back into it. I think for me, I had this term called BAS, born again single.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really by choice you wanted to be single, but then obviously things don't really work out with your previous relationship. And so you're single again, and here you are trying to circumnavigate, this totally new terrain that you've been completely, I think, absent of for 10 years of my life.
And how different was it from when you started dating your ex-wife to then being back in the dating scene at 41, 42?
As you get older as a man, you become maybe even more attractive as a daddy. I think, like you said, when we were younger, we really don't know our head from our ass.
Right.
We're thinking with our head. It's not the head between our shoulders.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We're very, very driven physically, and we're dictated by our emotions, our hormones. As we get older, we're a lot more, I think, a lot less, I think, carnal, a lot less, I guess I wouldn't say not virile, but just a lot more, I think.
Testosterone levels drop as you get older. And so that's why our mind the other head takes over.
It does. I think you're just a lot more, resolute, a lot more just, I think, kind of clear that it's not just all about the chase or about trying to, date a girl or sleep with them and stuff like that though too. When you're young, that's all, it's your hormones are raging. Right. As you get older, you have more responsibility, maybe you have more stress, I think things affect you in a different way. So I have a question for you, just do you consider yourself a daddy? And if so, why do you consider yourself a daddy?
No. Because I'm not a dad, but the producer named the show Call Us Daddy, so I'm rolling with it. But
forget about the literal term of daddy. Obviously for this show, a daddy's like an older, attractive man. From that perspective, do you think you're a daddy? Do you think you're good looking?
I have my moments with Photoshop. I'm good.
With
Photoshop,
I'm good. God,
Photoshop and good lighting, I'm good. Without it, I look like shit.
I love all this false modesty, man.
It's true. But what about you?
I would. If I said the same thing you did, they know I'd be lying too. But I'm not that good of a liar like you, Like, who's he kidding? I think,
But that's the difference between us, is actually, you're not modest at all.
I'm actually really modest too. I know you've never been called daddy, but what if I said, you like being called daddy?
That kind of feels good, actually.
And let's say your girlfriend started calling you daddy.
No.
What if she go, hey daddy, hey daddy?
No, I don't Nah, it's not for me. Not my thing. How about you?
Thing.
You like it?
Obviously, kids call me daddy, and I've had girls call me daddy too. You
like it?
I don't mind it. But obviously, it's a good. I'd rather be called daddy than baddie, or
better than fatty.
Yeah, better than fatty. Or tatty. But I think it's one of those things where.
Yeah, man, I know what you mean.
But it's cool. It's cool. I don't take offense to it, but not like I'm aspiring towards someone calling me daddy.
I got you. Yeah, we're on the same ballpark.
All right, yeah. So now that we've established you don't like being called daddy, but what is your type? Like, what's your ideal woman?
Ooh.
Age?
Ooh.
Ethnicity? Height? I don't know.
Height, I don't have an issue with. Ethnicity, I'm open, because I've dated a variety of different ethnicities, so I'm pretty open to all that. I like independence. I like confidence. I don't want a yes person. I want to have someone that challenges me. Thing is, if I got older, I've appreciated that more than versus, yeah, that's great. Oh, that's fantastic. It's boring. For me, like when I see a good-looking older woman who's fit, that is sexy as hell to me. That is really, really sexy. It can be mid-40s, 50s. I've seen some beautiful women that are hot but are physically fit. Where you can see some girls in their early 20s that are fit, but they just look it looks blah. There's no gravitas there. And
If there's one tip you could give to a woman to try and woo you, no pun intended, but to try and get to get you to like
hypothetically,
her.
because I'm taken, but
Yeah, exactly. Like, what would they have to do? What would they have to? What would be one tip or advice you would give them to say that would really be a turn on for you? Where you'd be like, wow, I want that one to call me daddy.
Well,
I want that one.
I like the name. Yeah, it turns back.
Shut up, daddy. It's okay. I'm calling you daddy. Your name ain't Bobby anymore. It's daddy.
I
You
would
get used to it.
I would say independence.
What? Not hang out with you? Just do your own thing?
No. I like someone who's their own person. They're not trying to conform to what's in vogue, what's in trend. They're their own person. That to me is the most attractive thing. What about you?
What about me?
What do you find most attractive? What is the thing that really attracts you to a woman?
I think a lot of it's just their attitude. I think a lot of it's just having a good sense of humor. Someone that can actually. I think I'm a pretty funny guy, not just funny looking, and I think if they can understand and vibe with you and have the same sense of humor, that makes life a lot easier. Okay. Where you can crack jokes, take jokes. Some people are very serious, but a lot of it's also just chemistry, just whether you have the right type of I think personality. But of course, for me, it's also physical. Right? I think me being a guy, us being guys, we obviously need to be physically attracted to them too. I would never say it's all personality.
But do you need a woman that has a six-pack who's super ripped?
No, not at all. No,
Okay.
No, definitely don't need that. Definitely don't need that. But of course, like you said, I can appreciate it. I can appreciate at any age, obviously, anyone, male or female, that takes care of themselves. I think who we are physically is simply an extension of who we are mentally. Everything you see, like there's, you see those stupid memes like on IG and stuff, like, you can buy a nice house or buy a nice car, buy a boat or buy a watch, but you can't buy like a fit body, a healthy body.
You gotta work for that.
You have to work for that. If you want to, lose weight, you want to, get in better shape, like you have to put in the work. You can go get lipo, you can do all these things, but over time it's all going to come back. You're going to regress back to where you are based on your level of commitment, your level of self-love, your level of, I think, just dedication to what are your goals to aspire towards too.
Because have you come across this, and obviously because you take care of yourself, and obviously,
you think?
Yeah, you do. Okay.
Do I look okay to you?
You look all right. You look pretty good.
Would you call me daddy?
I'll call you a lot of names. But I think that when women see you, especially in your physique and the way that you keep yourself, have you had women come to you and say, "Look, I feel very intimidated to show my body next to you because of how good you look"? Do you feel that there's maybe some insecurity from some women sometime?
Oh, you mean just a women, like, let's say at a beach club, or you mean like?
Yeah, I mean like people that you're dating. Because I remember one time when I was in really good shape, like really ripped, right? And I'm not like that now. I'm trying to get back to that. But I remember that some women told me, like, I feel very insecure being around you because of how much.
You're ridiculously good looking.
No. But
good looking.
from a physical aspect. But do you find that from women as well? Do you find that from people? Some people say that.
I don't really get that at all. Yeah. So what are some red flags for you when it comes, if you were to get back into the dating market based on your amazing body of experience?
If the person's constantly dating people, if they're constantly dating,
They can't commit. They can't commit. Uh-huh.
I'd rather have someone who's been in a lot less relationships, but longer term, because then you know that they're in it for the commitment, so to speak. Because I'm not.
What if he's really hot and just wants to call you daddy? You can call you daddy in bed and everything too.
No,
And
I'm
the
past
sex
that.
is really good.
I'm past all that now. Hypothetically, I would rather find somebody who is, if they're a serial dater and they're like, yeah, let's meet up, and they got another guy, and another guy, it's like, see ya, bye. Another red flag would be someone who drinks too much. An occasional drink, likes wine, likes whiskey, great. But that has to be out every weekend. It has to be out if they have to be out and having to have a drink every time they go out, that's a red flag. Okay. Because that means that they're not comfortable in their own skin, that they need alcohol to keep themselves going.
Okay.
I grew up in Vegas. I've seen a lot of shit. So a lot of alcohol stuff. So for me, these are red flags that pop up right away. It's like if someone needs to constantly have a drink, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For me, I think it would just start with just this person, like how do they treat other people?
Yeah.
How do they talk to them, their tone? Are they bossy? Are they disrespectful? Especially how they treat their parents. I think a lot of it's.
Well, that's a good one.
I think a good one. A lot of it's, you see a lot. I wish I would have seen this sooner with a lot of the people I dated too. I think if you have a good relationship with your parents, you can see, and it really, really shapes into who they become too. If they don't have a good relationship with their parents, it will, I think, leak into your relationship with them too. A red flag for me personally would probably also be maybe sounds kind of weird saying this, but
Don't worry.
someone that's just really obsessed with the way they look.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
with
true.
all this time for makeup and
that's
hair,
true.
all they have to always be,
point.
look like on point. Like, they take themselves too seriously, like physically. I just can't do that. I need someone that's happy in their own skin, can wear like a simple outfit and still have that exude that confidence, not relying on all this makeup and all this makeup and hair. Like just be comfortable in your own skin, and that's beautiful.
I dated a girl in Vegas one time. It was like that. It took her like 3 to 4 hours to get ready, and she was naturally a beautiful woman, but it took her so long to get ready, and all she cared about was getting ready and looking a certain way.
Yeah.
And it was like you're fine. You're a good-looking woman.
Oh.
Like you don't need all that. And after a while, you're just like, I just can't do this, because then you got to realize like half of your day is waiting for her to get ready.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
The longer you make your daddy or your man wait, the higher their expectations. And so you're waiting 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. They come out, you're like, you spend all that time, you just look like that. That's like, dude, I'd rather have you spend half an hour, save us 2.5 hours. We're out there having fun versus me sitting around on my phone or waiting for you to get ready. And this is all I get.
And you know what? On a lighter note, you know what another is a red flag?
What?
They don't know what Star Wars is. I have dated someone who did not know what Star Wars was, and it was a very...
What is Star Wars, Daddy?
Okay, speaking of flags,
Oh.
is it a red flag if a woman sleeps with you too early?
It depends, I think, what you want out of the relationship. But it does complicate the relationship because later on, if let's say you realize, it completely changes the dynamics of the relationship though too.
Have you ever dated somebody for a long period of time that you slept with the first night?
Except with the first night, I think I have, I'm sure. But it's just been so many.
I know. Take your time. Take your time. It's a podcast. We can...
Long, but I guess first night, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I guess probably not really.
What's the longest you've waited to sleep with someone?
Longest, maybe a year?
You waited a year?
Yeah.
Before you slept with somebody?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got patience, I'm a man of patience.
Wow. A year.
How about you?
Not that long. I'd probably say
1 hour,
no. Couple months.
couple months.
Couple months.
The chasing, right?
Yeah, a couple months chasing, but I mean, like, you know what I mean?
But how about for you, let's say with a girl that you met one night and then slept with her? Did it ever become a relationship after that? From a one night stand? I assume, have you ever had a one night stand?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then did anything?
No, never did.
Never did.
Never did.
You wait till the night after.
Yeah, usually night 2, then it's okay, yeah. There's even been times where I've even turned a woman down. I didn't want to sleep with her. Like, she wanted to sleep with me, and I said no.
Come on, Daddy.
No, that's how it is.
You know you want it.
You gotta roll. You
know you want this.
You gotta play hard to get.
I know it's been a while for you, It's been
Yes.
probably since the Stone Age or last time you were on an actual date. But what would be the worst date you've been on in your memory?
I was living in Vegas at the time, and God, I was probably in my early 20s. Early 20s. And I remember I was with a buddy of mine, and we were at this club, and we both picked up these 2 girls who ended up to be strippers. And so then afterwards, they were like, we were dancing, we were kind of chatting with them and thought something could happen. And it wasn't we were looking for a relationship, obviously, just kind of having fun. And so we went to grab some food at one of those, it's in Vegas, so one of the hotel cafes.
Yeah.
Lounge, whatever.
$4.99 steak.
Yeah, basically one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
Chatted for a bit. Then we went back up to the rooms, and yeah, just things.
Was it foursome?
No, it wasn't foursome, but it was
It was a guy.
It was like one side of the room, one side of the room.
Yeah.
And it just was really
Awkward? Or
yeah, in a variety of different ways.
why? Because
Let's
maybe
just say the scent of flowers was not in the room.
what, like they should body odor? You have really bad body odor. Oh yeah, that's a red flag too. For me also.
That was a huge red flag.
That's a
I was
huge
like, wow. And that just stood out to my mind, even to this many years after the fact.
That was not oral pleasure, right?
Dude, not at all. All right, so speaking of all the dating scene.
Cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase. Obviously, a lot of younger women look at you and they find you attractive. Have you dated anybody half your age or around that age? Like, because you're around, 52 now, but obviously like 20s, 30s.
Of course.
Yeah, what's that like?
That's wonderful.
Is it?
I think it's.
I mean, they have a lot of energy, I know, but besides the energy aspect.
No, but I think, okay, I'm going to share with everyone. This is something someone taught me after I got divorced. Like, they have a magic formula, like a magic formula for the ideal age for a woman to a guy. based on the guy's age.
What does that mean?
And I at first I totally subscribe to it. I totally believe it. But basically, it's your age, whatever your age is, the guy's age, divided by 2 plus 7 years. So if I'm 52 now, I divide that by 2, what is it?
That's 26.
That's math, dude. This for white guys.
26 plus 7, so 36.
Like, oh, you're terrible, Mike. You obviously weren't a math major. Yeah, 33.
33.
So that's not half the age, I think, but obviously that's the ideal age. Because let's say if I'm 20 years old, I divide by 2 at 7, that's 17 years old.
Right.
If I'm 30 years old, divide that by 2 at 7 years, that's 22 years old.
Right.
So obviously, as a guy gets older, that range can be a lot wider, I think, though, too. And to answer your question, I have dated girls that are much younger. I mean, maybe just to date, just to kind of experience it. I've dated girls that were not that much older, that are in their early 20s, when I was already in my 40s. At that, it becomes kind of a real daddy, I wouldn't say issue, a real daddy kind of like situation.
Did you have a lot in common with them? Could you talk about things? Was it just a whole different?
Dude, I'm very versatile, man. I told you I have the personality of a 15-year-old, right? So I can definitely talk to them. The key is not talk down to them. And I think with these girls that I dated that were interested in me, they had daddy issues though too.
Yeah.
There's something about that, like not, I would say an abusive father or an absentee father not in their life.
Sure.
So they really, really, on a subconscious level, really appreciated or enjoyed the company of an older man because they never had that father figure or daddy figure when they were growing up.
What was the youngest girl you dated in your late 40s?
Probably, no, I had, probably maybe 26, 28.
Okay. Was that a big challenge?
Not at all.
Communication-wise?
Not at all. It was great.
Yeah, okay.
But like you said, that's why I realized, that's why that formula I told you works. Women are generally a lot more mature, emotionally, and a lot more grounded than men are in general. Yeah. I don't know, how do you feel? When you see like an older guy that's dating a younger girl, do you think it looks okay, or do you think it looks kind of weird?
I guess it depends.
If they look, let's say, physically.
If they look physically compatible,
but if he looks like their grandpa, and you can tell she looks like his daughter.
Then obviously they're probably for other reasons. But what about flip the script? What about older women with young men? What do you think about that?
I think, like you said again, if they look, for me, as long as the two people look.
Have you ever dated an older woman?
Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, of course.
How old?
At the time, maybe when I was in my mid-20s, maybe like 10 years older.
25 years older.
25 years older.
Yeah.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
Your little boy toy.
No, well.
How was it? How was that relationship?
It wasn't a real relationship. It was just kind of like
purely physical.
Purely physical, and it was more alcohol induced. You learn a lot.
You learn a lot, right? There's a lot to be learned, right?
The life is full of learning.
If you have the opportunity, I think
you should try it.
Totally. I think life is all about it. There's no such thing as a bad experience. If you have a chance, if someone, an older woman, likes you, then and you have a chance, then definitely go for it. And if the time ever comes where you're old, like me now, and you have a chance to date someone younger, yeah, give it a shot. Okay,
so I guess wrapping this thing up, what would be your ultimate advice for someone dating in their 40s then?
Good question. I think my ultimate advice would be, honestly, age is really just a number. I think don't get preoccupied thinking that, I'm dating this person, she's older or younger by this much, If you feel something for them, that you don't feel for other people, go explore it. Don't let these, let this red flag, preclude you or prevent you or influence you in not giving it a shot. Because obviously there is some connection or some type of something special there for you to explore. How about for you?
I would say that as you get older, sometimes you can become more hardened in your thoughts and the way that you perceive a relationship to be. And I would say, instead of just going in with
don't get so hard.
Yeah, don't be so hard on it. Obviously hard at the right time, but not that time. But you want to be, you want to go in with an open mind and you want to listen. Because I know some people that I've talked to who are in their 40s and they date, they walk in and like, okay, I'm looking for a woman, or I'm looking for a man who's got this, and if they don't have it, I'm moving on. But instead of that, just sit back, have a conversation and relax and listen.
Well said, yeah. I think in a nutshell, don't be so hard on them. Don't be so hard on yourself.
But be hard at the right time.
And you'll get hard along the way. All right. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to like us. And we'd love to hear your comments too.
Yeah.
I'm Allan.
I'm Bobby.
And you're watching Call Us Daddy.